So here's my Ajax. It's Monday, it's the day after the maiden flight up at the indoor flying, and the maiden went very well. Flew amazingly well in a straight line. I gave it a few chucks with no power at all to see what it glided like, and it glided pretty lovely. It did like try to go up to stall a little bit, but once I put a bit of power on, it went perfectly. I balanced it. I did put was it 10? Yeah, got some weight there, 10 grams of weight on there, and it went lovely. I got some video which I'll put up in a minute along with this video, and gotta thank Cliff Harvey from Cliff Harvey RC Models. He was there as well. I think he filmed it from the other end as it went down to him. Got to also thank Ron Markin, because the rubber that came with this, as I said, it's pretty heavy duty rubber. I've taken it out now. It's here in the box. Yeah, there it is. It's pretty heavy duty rubber, and as soon as Ron saw it, he said, no, chuck that out, take that out, because it's so hard. If you remember, I said I couldn't get, I think the most amount of turns I got in it on the day before, on a Saturday, I think it was about 60 turns, and it just wouldn't go anymore, and that was pushing it a bit. But took that out, and Ron, very good of him, gave me some proper rubber bands to put in. You can just see it there. He knew exactly what to give me, an exact length. All I did was install it, and he said stick 200 turns in that, so we did, and it went lovely. I did do, for the first couple of flights, I did about 50 to 60 turns, and it was fine, didn't stall at all. Then I went up to 200, and I keep stopping this every time because people were talking to me and I was losing count, so I started again. So I did a 200 turn flight, and that in the video in a minute, that the first one where it goes right down to the end of the barn, that's the first 200 turn flight, and as you see, it goes right down the very end. You'll see Cliff down the end filming it, and it went really well, and yeah, very pleased with it. And then we did another one. I turned the tail section, the rudder and the elevator, that's what I call it, turn that a bit so get a bit of a turn in it. I did another 200 turn flight, and it went off lovely, and it turned, you'll see in the second video, it turns off around to the right. It almost comes back to where I was standing, but it flew great, really well. It's a shame that was the last day of indoor flying there, but we'll be back again in September, and I'll, hopefully we'll all be there again. It's the barn itself, I had a look on Google Earth. The barn itself it's 200 foot long by just over 100 foot in the other direction. So it's a lovely spot. So yeah, so there are. Yes, many thanks for Cliff for filming it, and thanks again to Ron for supplying the rubber band. It flew very well, no damage to it at all, flew really well. I should probably put it away now until the end of the year. I might take it up to my outdoor flying site, but I really don't want to damage it too much. I don't want to lose it, and our flying site it's a lovely site, but it is surrounded by like bramble and stuff like that, and we all know that if something like this went down in the brambles, it would literally tear it to shreds. So I really don't want to damage it. One thing I did notice yesterday, and I'm not quite sure how I did it, is this section here. You notice it's not broke, but it's cracked, the wood. So that's an easy repair. I'll just cut the panel out, strengthen it with a bit of balsa, and then cover it over again. But yeah, everybody enjoyed it. Quite a few people knew I was bringing it. I was quite surprised, actually. I'm quite surprised that Ron knew all about it. I guess he must be on YouTube like a lot of us are, and kept up to date with it, you know. But yeah, there you are. Can't think what else to say about it. I think I'll do another one. Back in like the early 80s when I first started with balsa, like I got into balsa wood and free flight and rubber power stuff. Then late 80s got into RC, diesel engines and this and that, and just gone from there. But back in the 80s, my parents had a farm, so I had plenty of space to fly, free flight and stuff like that. And my bedroom must have had about 10 or 12 of these Keil Kraft kits in them at one time. Or you can barely get them now. There are other makes around. I would recommend it to anybody to try it. Have a go. They are. So anyway, yeah, in a minute you'll see the video of the first proper maiden flight, where it goes right down to the end of the barn, and then there's another video of it going down and going off to the right and landing perfectly. I'll get that up in a bit, and then I'll be editing the video from yesterday's indoor flying, so there's a bit of everything to see in that one. Bit of everything. So there you are. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for commenting on the build and watching the build. Thanks again to Ron and Cliff, and I'll see you in the next video, whatever that might be. Cheers, and see you again. Well, there you are. You've just seen the video. So what did you think of that? I thought it flew lovely, and really impressed with it. So thanks again. As I say, I'll see you in the next video. I'll put a link to Cliff Harvey's YouTube channel in the description of this channel, so you can head over there and have a look at that. All right, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. See you all again.